All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today we're unpacking the really fascinating, constantly evolving role of Cristiano Ronaldo in this current Portugal squad. I mean, coming off that commanding 5-0 victory over Uzbekistan, the vibes are definitely shifting. After that really frustrating draw earlier, the pressure was just completely on this team and on Ronaldo specifically. But suddenly this new tactical setup has literally everyone talking. So we're going to look at what changed, how the legendary forward actually fits into the system right now, and what it all means for their championship hopes.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. First up, the media and the milestone. Then we'll break down the tactical engine, and finally, we're doing a reality check on what awaits them in the knockouts.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the media and the milestone.
Okay, before that Uzbekistan match even kicked off, the spotlight was fiercely fixed on how Ronaldo would respond to heavy criticism from the previous game. The pressure was, quite honestly, immense, but he emphatically answered those critics by scoring twice. And in doing so, he became the very first player in history to score in 6 consecutive World Cups. 6! It's a truly monumental achievement. It just proves his undeniable enduring gravity on the sport's absolute biggest stage.
But despite the broken records, the media noise surrounding him is still incredibly intense. It creates these two fiercely opposing narratives that heavily skew fan perception. On one side, you've got critics arguing he holds the team back, or, acts selfishly when things go sideways. But on the flip side, analysts point right back to his unmatched dedication, his absolute professionalism, and the undeniable fact that he remains a ruthless goal scorer when the team actually sets him up properly.
And of course this leads to the constant juxtaposition with Lionel Messi, which, let's be real, often generates a lot of forced hate and polarizes fans. But as independent observers, we can just appreciate both of their respective leadership legacies, right? Messi as the naturally gifted orchestrator, and Ronaldo as the ultimate standard setter for sheer dedication. Their records speak for themselves. We genuinely don't need to put one down just to elevate the other. They are both once-in-a-lifetime talents.
So the million-dollar question the media just keeps asking is this: is he hindering the team more so than helping him? Analysts continually debate whether the 41-year-old version of Ronaldo can still be the primary catalyst for a World Cup winning side, or they wonder if the sheer gravity of his demanding presence actually limits the team's fluidity in those ultra-high pressure situations.
Moving right along to Section 2, the tactical engine.
To really understand Ronaldo's current success and that massive 5-0 explosion, we kind of have to look past all that media drama and focus directly on the brave tactical shifts made by Roberto Martinez. He completely unlocked this squad by throwing away the stubbornness we saw in earlier matches. He actually gave creative players like João Cancelo the freedom to roam into dangerous pockets of space. He introduced unpredictable set pieces, and crucially, he relieved the sole burden on Ronaldo to do absolutely everything.
Because, well, here is the reality of the pitch today. Ronaldo is no longer the do-it-all winger of his peak years, the guy carrying the ball 50 yards up the field by himself. Today, the actual engine running this incredibly dynamic Portugal team is Bruno Fernandes. When the team is built around Fernandes operating the machinery in the middle, everything just seems to click perfectly into place. Let's break down how this symbiotic relationship actually works in practice. Step 1. Bruno is allowed to operate in his natural space without having to drop too deep or unnecessarily crowding the box. Step 2. Because he has this newfound freedom, he dictates the midfield pace and consistently creates 4 to 5 really high-quality chances per game. Which leads to Step 3. This frees up Ronaldo to operate purely as the lethal, specialized finisher he is today. It's like a perfectly assembled puzzle.
A truly perfect example of this new, unselfish squad dynamic happened during a crucial set piece. Think about it. For years, literally every single free kick around the box belonged exclusively to Cristiano Ronaldo, no questions asked. But against Uzbekistan, Ronaldo did this slight stutter step, acting as a brilliant decoy, and Nuno Mendes unexpectedly stepped up and blasted the free kick right into the net. This shows a massive team-first mentality. It proves Ronaldo himself is fully buying into this collective, highly unpredictable approach.
All right, let's jump to Section 3, the reality check. Because as great as this tactical shift looks on paper, we need a serious reality check here. A 5-0 win against World Cup debutants is fantastic, absolutely. But does it make them true tournament favorites? The looming question remains, what actually happens when this highly creative, high-pressing Portugal team inevitably loses the ball against a fast, physically imposing opponent?
When you compare these two contrasting styles, a pretty glaring weakness starts to emerge in Portugal's defensive transitions. Their whole strategy right now involves creative freedom and committing a lot of players forward. But when playmakers like João Felix lose possession, The team struggles immensely against opponents who just sit deep in a low block and counter aggressively. They simply lack a pure midfield disruptor, someone who can stop those blindingly fast breaks dead in their tracks.
In fact, DR Congo already showed the rest of the world the exact blueprint to frustrate them. You just sit in a compact, low block, you make it a grueling athletic contest, you exploit those transition vulnerabilities, and you simply run over them on the counterattack by doing the gritty physical work that Portugal's creative midfield sometimes just doesn't want to do.
Looking ahead to the knockout stages, this specific vulnerability becomes highly concerning. Teams like Colombia, boasting a lethal front line with Luis Diaz and James Rodriguez, or a brutally physical Senegal squad represent a completely different stratosphere of danger. These specific matchups will be the real test. They'll reveal if Portugal's defense can actually survive severe athletic pressure.
Actually, as one analyst forcefully highlighted in our sources, facing Senegal could be an absolute nightmare. The assessment is stark and frankly a bit chilling. If they get Senegal, Portugal are out. Senegal will run all over them. I mean, wow. With attackers like Sadio Mane and Nicolas Jackson, Senegal possesses exactly the kind of physical dominance and elite counterattacking speed that Portugal's current system appears the most vulnerable against.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this thought. Martinez has brilliantly unlocked Ronaldo and Fernandes by fully embracing tactical freedom. But can he figure out a way to protect this team in transition? Will this amazing attacking freedom win them the trophy? Or will it ultimately be their downfall against the physical elite of world football? Does this new setup make Portugal your true tournament favorite? It is the ultimate tactical tightrope. Thanks so much for joining me to break it all down.